Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the very interesting topic of what's holding back the growth of eSIM. With us today we have Graham from JT and Rameez from OneOT. So guys, what is holding back the growth of eSIM?
I think there's a number of factors. I think what we're seeing is the larger operators are somewhat reticent to get too involved with it. They're all saying they are, but quite a lot of them are still saying, yeah, we're just working out what our strategy is going to be. We're not quite sure how it's going to affect us. You know, we don't quite know how to take it to market. But I think what we're seeing from the smaller operators like JT is we're actually grasping the nettle. We see it as a major opportunity for us, and we're working with trusted partners like OneOT to bring it to fruition.
Yeah, definitely. That's a perfect strategy to embrace eSIM. But then people are actually afraid of the investment that is associated towards eSIM. But how I see it, that there would be a million of devices coming to the market, and that means an exponential growth to your subscriber base. But then the question arises that you have to sign a lot of roaming deals, but that eSIM kind of kills the roaming deals. So now you take the effort of signing off the roaming deals and put the same effort to sign off local deals. You save the roaming cost there, and there is a mutual exchange between the operators as well.
Good point, Rameez. This actually leads me to my next topic for Graham regarding the churn rate of your subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely, thanks. Just picking up what Rameez said about the need for not needing so many roaming agreements, I'd actually slightly disagree, because if you look at JT, we have over 620 roaming agreements, and those roaming agreements form the backbone of the eUICC solution, because you need that bootstrap. You need to be able to know that you're going to go into a country, you're going to fire up your device and it's going to work, and then download or then fall over to the most efficient and most effective IMSI you've got. So in terms of the contracts that we need to sign, we need to have both. We need to be able to offer in those key important strategic markets, we need to be able to offer a local IMSI, but we also need to be able to go for those smaller markets, those markets that aren't necessarily so well served, or the operators are a little bit more reticent about providing us with a profile. We need to be able to still have that roaming agreement.
So I'll add to Graham's point, definitely a healthy competition among the operators will bring a lot of new innovation towards the technology. It will mature the eSIM altogether. And with the sense or the insecurity of swapping profiles, the operators would rethink their strategies and bring more value-added services to their end users. So I think it kind of helps the whole architecture, helps the end user and the IoT market, and that's where we headed, right? That's where the world is going.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's those partners that JT want to work with, the ones that are driving the innovation, driving the value services, to take what is a relatively, in theory, simple piece of connectivity, but make it properly effective for those end users, for your customers.
Yeah, and another thing probably I would like to add here is that when you will have a lot of, like, the operators will have a good relation built between them, there would be exchange of subscriptions. So your device is coming from another country to your country, you can take them over if you have a good relationship from the bootstrap operator, right? Mm-hmm. So that's like let's say a synergy that would build where you will exchange your subscriptions. So I think it's like the way operators have been taking for granted end user, it will kind of change now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what we'll see is, I think we need to be careful. I think that there's a perception out there that if you have an eSIM, you can just swap whenever you want to a new profile because somebody's come along with a cent cheaper. The real world isn't going to be like that. There will still be contracts. People will still have to fulfill those contracts for that length of time, amount of data, whatever, how the contract's structured. And it's only at that point will they have the ability to change. But there will be a cost to changing. It's not going to be free. And so you've got to make sure that the next deal you're going to be getting is the right deal for you. That said, I think what it also gives is it puts a little bit more power in the hands of the customer to be able to turn around and go, well, look, I've got X number of devices doing Y amount of data, what's the best price you can offer me? And they can factor that in then to the cost of transferring.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos in OneOT's eSIM video series, or go to our website at oneot.mobi.